day, go into the house of Josiah, the son of Zephaniah. Then take the silver and the gold and make crowns and set them upon Joshua, the son of Josedek, the high priest, and speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh the Lord of hosts, Behold, the man whose name is the branch, and he shall grow. And the branch is in all caps, B-R-A-N-C-H, in the King James, every bit. This is Jesus, And he shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of the Lord. Even he shall build the temple of the Lord, and he shall bear the glory, and shall sit and rule upon his throne. And he shall be a priest upon this throne, and the counselor of peace shall be between them both. So this is, and they that are afar off shall come and build in the temple of the Lord. So they're building in the temple, because he's the cornerstone, and we're building the holy temple, a church. And you should know the Lord of hosts has sent me. So this is a word about God. It's coming. And he's building himself a temple, a house to dwell in, just like the New Testament. So everything in the Old Testament they're talking about with the Jews, people come from afar off and join in and build in the temple. Like, this isn't a literal temple. The branch sits in this temple. We're the temple of God. The New Testament says that he's in us. The Lord is in us as a New Testament believer. He shall sit and rule upon his throne, and shall be a priest upon his throne, and the council of peace shall be between them. So Jesus himself is on the throne of our hearts, unless we dethrone him and let someone else, Thessalonians 2, 2 Thessalonians, sit on the temple, declaring himself to be God. And that's why I think this other belief that came in 1830 is so insidious. But can you believe that I found that with Hort and with Westcott, that both of them were in a society with, like, I knew that Balfour was an occultist, but I didn't know that we're in the same occult society. Wow. You guys who all the Bibles come from. So is that not mind-blowing?
Man, so does that dispensationalist theology, I know they're manifesting Israel as a physical nation, but their dispensationalism, did they contribute that theology?
Yes.
So they brought the nation and the theology with it.
Yes, so, because it detracts from the true beast and the true Antichrist.
Yeah, I'm just saying the whole specifics of how they're going to treat the nation of Israel separately and deal with them separately from the Christians, and they're both saved entities or saved groups of people, just in different ways.
They had to do that, because if they had them coming in through the gate like Jesus told the Jews to do, if they had them coming in that way, the Christians would have rejected them by now as being unchristian. See what I'm saying? So they had to come up with a theology so that they could bring a wicked country back and use it to start the Third World War, just like the occultists prophesied they would do. And they had to sell it to the Christians. So we're literally talking over 200 years in advance they do this. 1813 is when Darby, and the thing is, Darby, I think, is in heaven. I think he's a man of God. I think he was a blessed saint. But George Mueller split with him over this, because Darby believed it because a girl had an utterance of tongues. And that's the first time you see the Pentecostal church come back. Like it all comes in there. You don't see any of the Puritans doing that, really, hardly. The Quakers, but they believed it was a full Christianity. It wasn't Christianity what the Quakers believed, but we were taught in our history books that Quakers were Christians, but they believed in, like, the divine spirit that emanated. It was like the Christ consciousness. So regular Puritans didn't believe any of this stuff until 1813 over in England, this all comes in and creeps in. And that's why I tracked it back when I was living where you guys were. I would go up to the Red River Revival. And I started doing a deep search on that revival because it comes in after Darbyism happens. And so what I realized is I think that a move of God, the first Great Awakening, 100% think was all God. Second Great Awakening, I believed was God. And then I think it got hijacked by the enemy into spiritualism, because spiritualism comes to birth around the same time, with people hearing from spirits all through the 1800s. Yeah. But if you ever read the counts from the Red River Revival right up the road, you guys, it gets weird. So it starts out all good teaching, but then they start having these divine encounters, and they start having the shakes, like at the Toronto Blessing.
Oh my goodness.
So I think, like, you know, the Red River Witch or whatever, I think all of that's connected. I think that spirit is there. Modern Pentecostals all come out of that type of revival. And spiritualists, like all of them. John G. Lake, all of the early ones. And so now it's just thrown me. The more I study, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm not a cessationist, but the cessationists are safer.
Yeah,
you know, because they believe in the Holy Spirit, they just interpret it as the power of the Holy Spirit, the power to live a clean life.